This is part 3 of my full stack machine learning playlist, and in this video we will be building the client-side apps for Android and iOS using Flutter. So without any further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so like I said earlier, we'll be using Flutter for this. So if you don't have Flutter installed, you can just come to flutter.dev docs get started install, and you can install it on any one of the platforms that they support: Windows, Mac, Linux, and Chrome OS. And then after that, you will need Android Studio, so developer.android.com/studio, just download it and install it. And then when you have that installed, you need to install the Flutter and Dart plugins. So just go File, Settings, Plugins, and then just install Flutter and Dart. And then once you have that installed, when you go to Android Studio, you will have an option like this. You will have an option here to go File, New Flutter Project. So make a new Flutter project and just keep it like this. I'm just going to call it Gender Prediction Tutorial Desktop. Just leave it all at the default. Here, just remember to specify the path to the Flutter SDK. Keep it simple, and then like that. Create the Flutter project. It shouldn't take much time. And I'm just going to hit new window, and I'm just going to move that there. Alright, so here we have it like this. And the first step is going to be to install our dependencies. So come to pubspec.yaml, and we're going to add image picker. And just, it would be best if you use the same versions that I'm using to prevent any problems. So image picker 0.6.1, HTTP 0.11.3 plus 17, and then DO 3.0.10. And if Cupertino icons wasn't there by default, add this, just the same version. Now that we have the dependencies done, we can come over to the file and write the import statements that we need. So we're going to import, first off, Dart.io like that, semicolon, and then import package image edge, what is it, picker slash image picker dart, just like that, semicolon, and looks like I spelled something wrong. Oh, okay, I have to get the dependencies, that's why. So when you edit the pubspec, there'll be a pop-up here that'll ask you to get the dependencies. So you have to hit get so the dependencies come pulled down, and then just the next one, which is like this, we're going to import DO, which is what we will use for making our API request. So semicolon, and those are our imports. So in void main, we can leave that the same. Here, I'm just going to remove all of their comments, the boilerplate comments, and all this can stay the same actually. Same thing here, all these comments just to keep it clean. And then again, all the comments. And I'm going to see, this is actually where we're going to start writing our own code. So I'm going to keep the class naming, but I'm going to remove everything besides that last bracket there. And then now I am going to start writing the code. So var response, we're going to define our response variable, and then we're going to do file image like that, and that's just going to be blank for now. And then we're going to define our function img from camera like this, async like that, file image beans equals space await image picker dot pick image like that. That's good. Source is going to be image source.camera, and then we're going to do image quality is 100. And I made a typo there, and then the semicolon. That looks about right. Yep, and then we're going to have in that same one, I feel like, okay, and then we're going to do set state, just like that, and we're going to have image equal image, that semicolon, and need an underscore there, and there is our set state function. So once that set state function is done, I am going to add in a new function here, img from gallery async file image equals await image picker dot pick image, and here we're going to have source is image picker dot gallery, and then same thing, image quality equals 100. And I will point out, if you expect your app to have a lot of bandwidth, you might want to consider setting this value to something lower than 100 so the server doesn't get a lot of large images, but since this is a test application, I think 100 is good. And we won't have a problem with that. And once that is set in that function, I'm just going to copy this set state, just like that, and then it looks like there's some error. I don't know. Okay. I've made a typo, it looks like, somewhere. Alright, I'll just see what error it gives, because I can't seem to figure it out. But once that image picker, okay, I think that's just stray. Okay, function is complete. I'm going to just come down and make a void, because we don't want it to return anything. Show picker like this, context, and then show modal bottom sheet, and then just like this, we're going to do context builder is build context BC like that, and then we're going to return a safe area, and inside that safe area we're going to have a child, which is going to be a container just like that, child container, and inside that container we're going to have another child, which is going to be new rat, and we're going to have children this time, which is going to be like this, so widget, and inside of that we're going to have new list title, and just like that, and I spelled it wrong, list title, and in here we're going to have loading equals the new icon, and that's going to be icons dot photo library like that, and then we're going to have title is going to be new text, photo library, and on tap, which is camel case, and like that. Okay. On tap, we are going to make a call to image gallery like that, and navigator dot, what is it, of context, and then dot pop. And that is just going to be like that, to navigator dot pop, and then on the list title here we have a closing bracket, and then here we have, under this list title element, which ends over here, we have another new, but here, new list title, and that's just going to be mostly the same, except we're just going to make that, first I'm going to fix that like that, and this is actually just mostly going to be the same, so take that, put it here, except I'm just going to change that to icons.photo camera, and only one icon's there. And now it looks like once that is done, okay, that, and that should be all of that function there. Now I just have to fix the brackets, so let me see. Okay, that one has one, this one has, that has, what's the problem? Insert semicolon. Is it really just a bunch of semicolons? It's list tile, not title. In the first one, so that was one of the problems. Tile. And let's see, I don't know. Okay, probably one there. There should be a comma there. I'm going to see context builder, return safe area, child container, new wrap, children widget, new list like this, all of that, alright, and then on tap, like that, and then inside on tap, image from gallery, navigator of context pop, and then void show picker, show model bottom, context build like that, turn safe area, child container, child new wrap, child widget, new list, yeah, loading, title, on tap, image from gallery, navigator.pop, and then those two ones there. Okay. This wrap one should be somewhere around here, I think. No. These semicolons and brackets are very annoying, but oh well. So you see that one has a yellow one, that one has a yellow one, that one has, that one has, that one has, that one has, this one has, that one, that one, huh. So I'm just going to see if I do that, if I copy that, maybe that'll solve the problem. Alright. And then here, paste that. But this, I'm trying to look at my notes over here. Widget, wrap, container, safe area. And then under the safe area, alright, I'm just gonna copy this part from my notes sheet, this whole function, just because I really can't seem to figure out what the problem is. But, okay. There we go. So, I was probably missing some semicolon or another, and that's why this will be linked down in the description, the GitHub repo. So if you don't want to have to go through brackets and semicolons and all of that, you can just copy it from the GitHub. But now that that is done, void, what is the next one? Actually, not void, string, and with a capital S, and then I'm just going to have this text response, like that, and I'm just going to have that equal to, just for now, a dot, something basic, and of course a semicolon, and then change text, just a small function like that, is going to be set state, and then once that is there, var r array, as in response, dot to string dot split, and we're going to split it by commas, because as you remember, the API returns like, or not like, it returns a list like that, and the list is split by commas of the accuracy and the class. So need an equal sign there, and then once that is done, text response is equal to response dot to string dot to string, and then why is it? Alright. And then it's red right now, but don't worry, that's going to be fixed. And then text response is going to be equal to now. There is a like this, and then R1, and then chance the image belongs to the R0 class, like that. So there is a whatever percent chance that the image belongs to the whatever class. And now we're going to do var chat on, not var. Once we have that done, I am actually going to show you a better way to make this cleaner, actually. So I'm actually just going to comment it out, and once that is there, var class belongs is going to be equal to R0, and then var chance is going to be equal to R1. And once we have that, I'm just going to copy this here, but instead of doing all this plus kind of like mess, we're just going to like this. So now it's basically one big string, and here we're just going to put the value. So to get value in Flutter, you do $, so chance, and then %. So again, it's just a normal string, which is why it's a much better approach than the previous method. Take the $, and then do class belongs. So this is the same statement as above, just cleaner. And once that is done, that is that function all taken care of. So now it's time to make that upload function. So I'm going to do upload is like that. Okay, upload is like that, async, and then bracket pull, not like that, and enter there. And this is going to be form data as for type, and then form data is equal to form data dot from map, like that, and from form data dot from map. I'm just trying to make sure that I get all the brackets and parentheses right, and then like this file, which is the key. Again, remember from the API, that's the key that the API expects us to send the data as. So it has to be file await, and this is going to be multipart, like this, multipart file, and dot from file, which is going to be image dot path, because that image object is the one from above, and that contains a path object to that form data. And it looks like this is red again, which is strange. Okay. We haven't done that yet, so it's all red. Once that key is done, we're going to do response is equal to await and do, like that, just like that, dot post. And for this, I will be using the Heroku API, because to save credits, I took down the Azure one. So just come over here, we have the URL. So we're just going to post it like that, and then comma space data colon form data, like that. And now that that is taken care of, semicolon there. Okay, form data. Once that response string is done, and we're just going to call change text, that function that we defined over here, to change that dot to this. So once that is done, I am going to show you how to make the UI element. And before I do that, I'm just going to try to fix all these red things here. So let's see. This var response, we defined that function up here. odd. I'm just going to maybe move that there. Oh, okay. I spelled it wrong. There we go. That's better. And this is red now, which is strange. Huh. Upload async. Okay. Form data. Forgot to define that there. There we go. That fixes that red one. And now it looks like we still have one red image. Let me see. Image equal image. Let me see why that's red. I don't know why. Okay. I put it like that. There we go. That's better. So now we still have one more red. Where is that? Okay. I think that's because we haven't added the UI element yet. So we'll go on, and then once that is done, now we can add the actual UI. So at override, and then widget build and build context. And we're going to return scaffold like that. And inside we're going to have app bar, like that method, and it's going to be equal to app bar, and under that we're going to have body, which is going to be a column, and just open that, and then children, a list, and it's going to be widget, like that again, and inside of that we're going to have a flat button, and that button is going to have this argument on press. It is going to initiate upload, and once that is there, we're going to do child to add our text button on the button. So like this, X upload image, and not like that, but here, image, and in the child text function, the flat button is going to get closed there, and then under the one we're going to do text of the value of the variable that we defined above, so text response like that. And I need to put that in a string first. Okay, here we go. In a string like that, and a comma there like that. Not 2 commas though. Okay, that's the problem. After these, we both need commas there. And we'll need a comma there too. And just for formatting, just going to put that there. And then under that, we're going to do sized box like this. and we're going to do height colon space 32 and column or comma, and then at that again like that, and center like this, and then child gesture detector, and then on tap just like that, underscore show picker, and context just like that, and then in that on tap function, out of it rather, child like this, circle avatar, and we're going to display it with a radius of 55 and a background color of color this hex code, which equates to yellow, and I'll like this, underscore image is not equal to null. Oh, we are going to have a question mark, clip, and then R, and inside of that, border radius is standard border radius dot circular 50, and under that another child element, and this is going to be image dot file, and before we add that, image dot file, and then image width 100, height 100, and then fit box fit dot file, or not file, fit height, and image file, so out of the image file one and the clip react one, or rect one, right on under that, like this, container, and inside of that decoration is going to be box decoration, and it's going to be color is colors.gray, and it's going to be value of 200 in there, and then above this actually, or no, below this, we're going to have border radius, which is going to be another one of those border radius functions dot circular of 50, and that will end that box decoration over there, and then under that, in that decoration there, it's going to be width, again 100, height, again 100, and then child icon like this, and we're going to do icons dot camera alt, and this should be inside there, there, and comma, color is going to be colors dot gray again 100. And it's actually going to be 800 here. And looks like some red. So container circle avatar again. Let's see. Decoration, box decoration, that looks good. That looks good. And then I have width 100, height 100, child okay, here's the problem, I think. Container decoration, box decoration, that looks fine. Color is colors.gray. Border radius dot circular. Yeah, that's fine. Width, height, child icon, icons dot camera alt, colors dot gray. There should be a comma there, and then icon. See what it says, convert to named arguments. No, that doesn't fix the problem. Box decoration. Let me see. It's just saying convert to named. Okay. This box decoration ends there. Huh. I'm just going to see from my notes here. There. That. Oh, that is one long UI component. And now, before we go run our app, it's time to go fix all of the problems that it has found. So, still marking this as red because this needs to be camel cased. That's one problem. What's this at override? Yeah, I missed one R. And then any more scaffold. Probably forgot semicolon. Expected to find semicolon. Where is that? On tap. Expected to find semicolon. Just going to just add all the semicolon. And if I do Alt-Shift-Enter, okay, that's good to know. So I can just maybe where is that? Trying to get it to what, 87? Okay. Here, those are two out of the way, and there's still one more here. Is that unnecessary? No, that is required. There. I think that should be the last one. What? Oh, expected to find bracket. But where does it want the bracket? Let's see here. Okay. I don't see which bracket it's missing though. First, we have to fix that. Next, I really can't figure that out. Let me just take the whole upload function and just fix it up. So if I take the whole upload. Okay, so I guess I just was missing one bracket, but anyhow, now that this whole thing is done, so again, as you saw, especially with these kind of programming languages like Dart that require brackets and semicolons, it can be really annoying. So all the code will be in the description down below. But now that that is taken care of, let's go run this in our simulator. So if I select Open Android Emulator, Pixel 1, 3, enters error. Okay, that's fine. Let me power on the emulator. Hopefully it turns on. If you don't have an emulator, let me just show you quickly. You can just hit that button there, hit create new device, just pick a phone. I usually just go with Pixel, one of the Pixel. Just hit next. Select the version of Android that you want. I usually just select the latest one. Just fill out stuff and just X out of that. But that is pretty simple. This is... Let me try if there's a way to cold boot it. I think that could be required. Android virtual device. Cold boot now. Here we go. Cold boot requested by the user. Hopefully this starts soon. That just doesn't make any sense. I don't know why it's not starting. I'll give it a few more seconds. Otherwise, I'll just make a new AVD, I guess. Yeah, it's not starting. So I guess I'll just show you too in the same process how to make an AVD. So phones do Pixel 4, or I already have it. If you don't, you'll have to download it. That's fine. API level 30, portrait, graphics, preferred emulation. Alright, that's fine. Advanced settings. Okay. All looks good. Finish. Here, let's try starting this up. And hopefully it starts fast. I'm just going to cut the recording, and if and when it does start, I will start it up again. And it doesn't seem to be starting, so this is kind of annoying, but at the same time, I'm going to see if Flutter detects it as a device. So just going to pull the terminal here and do Flutter Device. Device emulator is offline, so what? This is weird. Now the emulator is see-through, but let's try turning it on. So hitting the power button again might fix it, I'm guessing. No. Odd. Alright, well, for some reason, this simulator is not starting. I have absolutely no idea why. I'm going to check the Flutter docs, maybe. If I can find anything. Or no, not there. Oh, okay, something is beeping. Okay, that's fine. Let me just maybe search Android emulator, because this is weird. Android Studio. Oh no. Installation, that's fine. Running and debugging, that's all right. That's all good. All good. That's all fine. That's all fine. Full IDE, editing, no, don't want that. Install. No, I don't want Flutter Dev Tool. Let me just try Windows, maybe. I think they have it. Okay, here we go. Set up an Android emulator. Enable. I think I might have found the problem. If we look here, enable VM acceleration. I think I've already done that, but I'm going to check. Disable, okay. Graphic acceleration, Android uses OpenGL, and virtual you will have remind top. If your computer graphics, no, that I doubt that's the case because I have good GPUs, so I don't think that's the case. By default, emulator decides whether to use hardware or software. So right computer setup, GPU compatible, your GPU okay. This doesn't seem like something that'll cause the emulator not to boot up. But I am going to try maybe starting it from the terminal. But first, I'm going to open up that AVD menu again, and I'm going to shrink it a little. Okay, so AVD manager, create a new edit. I'm going to edit an existing AVD. Not like that. Edit. Hit that. And what do they say? In the verify configuration page, find emulated performance section. Okay. Emulated performance. It says automatic. And it's not letting me change that. But again, I really don't think that's the problem. Let me Android emulator, VMX, that's fine. Android Studio, create virtual device. I have done that. One image, it's fine. Under emulated performance to enable hardware. Again, that doesn't really make sense. It doesn't seem like that's going to be something that prevents the emulator from starting. This is really strange. I'm going to try to create a new one. Let's try some different this time. Let's try some different phone, I guess. Finish. And that looks all good. Let's start. See if it works. Strange. Here, I'm going to try another thing. I have a beta version of Android Studio installed as well. I am going to try, see if I can start the emulator from there. I don't think you guys should have this issue because this usually works. This seems to be something that's just happening one time, but let me just close the project. And I'm going to do configure, AVD manager, and it looks like it's sharing them, but I'm starting it here. And again, if that doesn't work, I'm going to try to start emulator from the command line. So this should hopefully work. Yeah, this is really annoying. This usually works right away. And yeah, I can tell it's trying to use my GPU because I just heard my GPU's fan ramp up a little bit. Which, odd. I'm gonna try. Not like that. And right that power button, nothing happens. Usually, that menu comes up about like powered by Google or whatever, and it's not working, which is strange. Not able to run it in the simulator. But the good thing is that there is probably somewhere a solution to this error. So let me try. No, let me try. No, I don't want to download this. Yeah, let's not do that. This is I'm now starting to think that the problem is that there's some setting in my BIOS maybe, but since I don't want to like mess around with my BIOS because bad things can happen when you do that, I'm just going to try to see if I can find the problem. Hopefully it's not related to that, but I'm just going to X out of that beta version and come back to the normal version here and open emulator. Yeah, open the emulator. Well, I'm going to see if the while that does that, I'm just going to quickly find the command. So, how to start Android emulator from command line, and how to start an emulator from the command line. Emulator dash avd name. Let's see if this command even works. Yeah, it's not even launching, and I'm going to try just to wait. Maybe that works, I hope. So I'll wait maybe longer this time, and if it starts, I'll start the recording again. Alright, so it looks like the emulator is not starting at all, and I have no idea. It looks like something in the BIOS, but luckily, I do have a physical Android device here that we can try this on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to connect it to my computer. And in order for this to work, you will just need to have USB debugging enabled. If you don't have it enabled, that's beyond the scope of this tutorial. But what you can do is you can just Google it. It's really simple. You just have to go to settings and a few things. But now that that is done, we can see that it has found our device here. So now I'm going to hit run, or play rather, and hopefully it works. But what error is this? Could not reserve enough space for some amount heap, which is weird. So I'm going to see. This is some sort of Java error, and I don't know Java, so I'm just actually just going to Google it, like this. Android Gradle, here we go. Open your Gradle properties. Gradle, for Android Studio Method 1. Okay. Well, it doesn't seem to work, but in case you don't want to do this method too, okay, File, Close Project, go to, on the Welcome window, go to Configure Settings, and then Build Execution Deployment. Okay, so I probably have to change the heap size somewhere. Close, I'm going to go Setting, and here they say go Welcome window, Configure Settings, that's fine, go to Build Execution Deployment, and we're going to go to Deployment, and then compiler, and then change build process heap size. I'm going to say change the build process heap size to more. Okay, so like a large amount, but I'm going to see heap. I'm just going to heap compile independent. No, command line options. Do I need some sort of option? Memory settings. Here we go. Gradle max heap size. Let's set it to some large amount. And IDE max heap size. Let's leave that as it is. And let's hit apply. Okay. And then now we have to restart Android Studio. So let's restart Android Studio here. That's not what I have to do. Let's restart Android Studio. And when it starts, which is hopefully soon, hopefully, there we go. So it's starting, and I'm just going, no, not canaries, this canary won't work in canary. Yeah, not canary. Android, what? Okay. Check here. Need that. Okay. This seems like the release version here. And I'm just going to, no. Alright, I guess I clicked it twice. Now I'm going to open a recent project and this window. And here we go. So this is that same thing, and I'm just going to select the device and hit run, and hopefully that Java error won't come again. I'm hoping. And it looked like it came again. So this is memory settings. No. IDE max heap. So let's just try setting that some high amount. Gradle daemon, high amount, apply. Yes, that's fine. It's going to restart the IDE for us now. And it will load the project. And it will pick the device. Keeps on throwing some sort of error, so I'm going to check in this section again. Gradle user home. No, it's a compiler. No. Okay, Gradle. No. Memory. Okay, let's see. Not reserve. Feature object. Gradle. This looks like some sort of Gradle error. Okay. This person says that setting the environmental variable will solve the problem. So I'm going to open environmental variable, and I am going to make a new system variable, just as this person did. New variable name, like that, and the value of it is going to be that. Okay, and okay. And just to make sure that the variable came set, I'm just going to open a CMD and echo the value of it. I think on Windows it's percent or okay. And I'm going to restart Android Studio, make sure I get the release version this time. You already have 64-bit Java home variable. You already have a 64-bit JDK. Might have to change the Java home variable. Cause okay, this is really not good. Delete that. And okay, here we go. This is the problem. Gotta browse a new directory. Gotta just find where the Java is. Where Java. And I had a, what do you call it? I had a 32-bit installation, but so I exchanged that for a 64-bit. And I guess I forgot to change the Java home variable. So, program file, common file, Oracle, Java, here we go. Okay, and where is it? There we go. And so if you get that error, just verify your Java home. And the fact that I brought up that 64-bit thing is very important. You should have a 64-bit JDK installed. Unless you're on a 32-bit computer, then 32-bit obviously, but if you're on 64-bit computer, by default, a lot of the time it installs 32-bit. That can cause problems, and that's why it's best to make sure that you have 64-bit JDK installed. And it looks like the Java home is still not right, so I'm actually just going to open a file explorer here and see where it is in Java path. No, we don't want Java path. Target, Oracle, Java. Let me try setting environmental variable again. Java home. Okay. Restart Android Studio. That could potentially be the reason that the emulator wasn't starting, but hopefully the Java home is right now. It's not. Java home to match the environment, to match your home. So where does the Java home go? That's probably the problem. Where does Java home go? Oracle. No. So I don't know Java, so I'm just going to Google it. Where is Java home for Oracle install Java window? Installing the JDK and setting Java. Okay. Looks like it goes to C, program file, Java. Okay, here we go. Java JDK. When was this modified last? JDK. Here we go. So here is it. Here, let me bring that over here. So C program file Java JDK. Here we go. Hopefully this is right. And let me X that. Pull environmental variable. New Java home. Like that. Okay. I thought it would go to the same folder as the executable, but I guess not. And just pulling the Android Studio. and it looks like it seems to be working, which is a good thing, I guess. And yeah, starting, and it's building it, so it will take a few seconds here to finish the building. So just some warning, it's not an error, so it's fine. And the first build will take some time, subsequent builds will take less time. See, it says build now, it's installing it over here to this. So I'm going to wait for it to finish installing, then I'll show it to the camera. Alright, so now I am going to upload. So here is the app. I'm not sure how well you can see it on camera, but I am going to hit upload image, and I'm going to just take a camera picture quickly, and I'm just going to take a picture of my face, go with that. And as you remember, we had that circular thing, so the image is in circular. And then now I am just going to hit that upload image button, and once the result comes back, which shouldn't take much time, hopefully. It looks like the API had a crash on the server side of it, and now it's up as it shows over here. It's allocating, it's just starting up TensorFlow. Hopefully it doesn't throw some weird error. And here we go. Just like it should be, the result comes back at the top of the screen. And now I showed you how to run it on Android using a real device, and now that I fixed that Java home error, I'm going to try the simulator just one more time, because a simulator is obviously a good thing to have working, and this time that Afterburner pop-up is showing up. So I'm going to give it a second or two. If it starts, I'm going to hit the button, maybe. And I guess it's not starting, so I guess the simulator just isn't working because of that BIOS setting. But now that I have showed you how to use it on, or rather for Android, build it on Android and install it on Android, I'm going to tell you the process for Xcode. And before we do any of that, the first step is we have to go to iOS runner and info.plist. We have to add a few plist keys here. So I'm just going to open my notes here, and I'll tell you what the plist keys are. And the reason for this is that iOS is more permissions strict. It's more strict about permissions. So you have to make sure that the plist keys are there for accessing the camera and the camera gallery or the photo gallery, because if those plist keys are not there, the app will just crash. So I am just going to get those two keys, and here we go. So there are three keys rather, and right here I'm just going to put them here anywhere. Where is it? Anywhere. So any one of these strings, just going to find one and put it there. And what these keys are is that one is for camera access. The other is for microphone access, which is still needed for some reason. And then the other one is for camera roll access. And now that we have this taken care of here, we can X out of this. And to run this on iOS, to build an iOS version of a Flutter app, there are many ways that you can go about it. I'm going to use what I think is the best way, which is to use the command line. But before you can do that, we have to set the signing theme in Xcode. So, navigate to your root folder of your project and cd into the iOS directory. Once you're there, you can type open runner.x workspace, Xcode workspace. And then that will launch Xcode. And when Xcode launches over here, what you can do is that it will select, or you can select your team. I've already selected my personal team in this project, but if you haven't, you can select it. This is free. You don't need to have a paid Apple developer subscription to do this. But once you would just have that selected for your personal team, you can get out of Xcode because you won't need it anymore. Just quit it, and now you can go back to the root of your project and then type in Flutter Devices. And this will get the list of all available devices that are available for Flutter to use. And for this, I will be using a real iPhone, as you can see in this line. And here's the device hash. And then I'm going to run Flutter run -d and the hash. And it's important that the device is unlocked and that the device trusts the computer. So when you connect the iPhone to a computer or iPad and you connect it to a computer for the first time, it'll ask you, do you trust this computer and all that. You just have to make sure that the computer is read as trusted. And then, that you also have to make sure that they're on the same Apple ID. But once that is taken care of, you can just run the command, make sure to replace this hash with the hash of your real device that you have connected. Or if you want to use a simulator, you can just start the simulator by going Xcode and then open Developer Tool Simulator, and then that simulator will show up over here, and then you can just pass the name of the simulator after -d. But now you can see it's running the pod install. Now it's running Xcode build. And the Xcode build will be done in a few seconds here. And once the build is done, it will install the built thing, or the built app, to the device. And that should be soon. And it was just some error that we got here. And it looks like I'm getting some no space left on device error, which is strange. So I'm going to figure this out, and I'll be back when that is figured out. Alright, so I took care of the space, and I'm going to run the build command again, and hopefully it goes without any sort of error. So it's launching it, so it's going to run the pods, and then the Xcode build again. Should be soon. Yep, it's running Xcode build, signing it to our team again. See, team, running Xcode build. This will take a few seconds, but it should be done soon. And this build is taking some time, so I'll be back when it's done. And as you can see, the Xcode build is completed, and it is installing and launching the app. And that is correct. Over here, if you see here, it asks to pick an image. So I'm going to take an image. And it's going to ask you about the camera. I already hit OK, so it's gone. But yeah, I'm going to launch it here. It is still loading here. And I'm just going to hit like this. I'm going to hit camera. And I'm going to take a picture. So use the photo. And now here, I'm just going to hit upload. And it will take a second or two here. But when it is done, it will have the result. So, in a second or two now, should be set. Result should be that. Let's see. This is strange. I think the app has sleep because of the free tier on Heroku. I'm just checking that. Alright, I think it's good now. Okay, I think it seems to be going. I have no idea why. Let's see. For some reason, okay. Let me see. Let me see. Alright. Now, I confirmed that it is working. The API is up. So now if I hit upload image, any second now, result should be coming back. It's still starting the web process on the server side. So this first time it will take a few seconds, but it has started it. And now when I hit upload, the result has came back. So that's how you build a Flutter app on iOS and run it on a real device.